What Scorpios regret most in their lives. Scorpio is the sign of intensity, transformation, and unflinching truth. Those born under this water sign are magnetic, fiercely loyal, and unafraid to dig into the hidden layers of life. Yet, behind the steely exterior lies a tender heart that over time learns to catalog the moments it wishes it could rewrite. If you're a Scorpio, or you love one, here are the 4 most common regrets that surface when the veil of mystery lifts. 1. Holding on to grudges too long. Scorpios have a remarkable memory for emotional detail. When they feel betrayed, the wound can become a black ink tattoo on their psyche. The initial impulse is to protect themselves, but the downside is a tendency to let resentment fester. Regret: I spent years replaying that argument, letting it poison my relationships, when I could have chosen forgiveness and moved forward. Why it hurts. The Scorpio's inner alchemy thrives on transformation. Carrying a grudge blocks the very fire that fuels their personal rebirth, leaving them stuck in a self-imposed emotional swamp. Quick fix: set a 7-day rule. If a slight still stings after a week, journal it, then consciously release the charge with a small ritual. Burning the paper, a splash of water, or simply stating, "I let this go." The act of release honors the Scorpion's need for closure, while freeing space for new growth. 2. Avoiding vulnerability in love. Passion is Scorpio's hallmark, but their fear of being controlled can make them build walls around their heart. They often mask true feelings behind sarcasm, or an "I'm fine" facade. Regret: I pretended I didn't care, and the person I loved walked away before I could ever show them who I really am. Why it hurts. When Scorpios deny their authentic emotional depth, they deprive themselves of the intimacy they secretly crave. The sting of missed connection lingers long after the relationship ends. Quick fix: practice emotional check-ins. Once a week, write down 3 feelings you experienced that day, no matter how raw. Sharing a condensed version with a trusted friend or partner can demystify vulnerability and train your inner gatekeeper to open a little wider. Choosing power over play. Ambition runs through Scorpio's veins. They often chase positions of influence, prestige, or financial security with relentless focus. In the quest for mastery, the simple joys, spontaneous adventures, lighthearted hobbies, lazy afternoons can be sacrificed. Regret: I climbed the corporate ladder so fast that I missed my sister's wedding, my kid's first soccer game, and the sunsets I used to love. Why it hurts. The Scorpio soul craves depth, not just in the professional realm, but in everyday experiences. When life becomes a series of strategic moves, the emotional well dries up, leaving a hollow feeling of "what if?" Quick fix: schedule non-negotiable play. Block out an hour each week for something that makes you laugh. Painting, dancing, a video game, or a walk with no agenda. Treat it like a high-stakes meeting. The universe respects a Scorpio who honors their own downtime. Not trusting their own intuition. Scorpios are naturally intuitive, sensing undercurrents that others miss. Yet because they value proof and control, they sometimes second-guess that inner voice, especially when it contradicts logical analysis. Regret: I ignored that gut feeling about my business partner, and it cost me thousands, maybe even my reputation. Why it hurts. Dismissing intuition feels like denying a core part of the Scorpio identity. The resulting fallout reinforces self-doubt, creating a vicious loop of overanalysis and missed opportunities. Quick fix: when a decision feels off, pause for a 5-minute breath count. Ask yourself, what would I do if I knew the outcome was guaranteed? Write the answer before you rationalize. Over time, you'll rebuild trust in that inner compass that has served you well in past transformations. Turning regret into redemption. Regret for a Scorpio isn't a permanent scar. It's a catalyst for the next metamorphosis. By acknowledging these common missteps, Scorpios can channel their feigned resilience into purposeful change. The key is to remember that the same intensity that fuels their deepest passions also equips them to rewrite any narrative. Takeaway: embrace forgiveness, practice vulnerability, schedule joy, and honor your intuition. When a Scorpio does this, regrets dissolve into stepping stones, and the sign's legendary capacity for rebirth shines brighter than ever. Feel free to share your own Scorpio regrets in the comments. Let's turn collective hindsight into collective growth.